Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. For those of you new here, well, I'm Bob.
I'm Karri.
And this is Life Redesigned. Now that we're all caught up and we're all feeling happy, well, I'm going to tell you why I'm pretty upset. So, we have alluded to this in a couple of videos now, that we had a black tank issue. And no, we're not going to try to clickbait you with all kinds of problems and her holding a hose and all that stuff, but we are going to tell you what's going on. So we are here today in Colorado River, Thousand Trails Park here, and we always knew that when we had an issue with the black tank, it started in Tennessee. We tried to have it fixed in Indiana, and then you go back in the archives, you can see what mess that was. And we said once we get down to Texas, we knew that there's availability of more techs, we can get this looked at. Now, while we were in Medina Lake, I crawled under Humphrey here and gave it a little bit of an enema and checked out what was going on, and it was clear to me pretty quickly that we had a bigger problem than what I thought. We had Armando here in Colorado River, Armando from Best Choice.
Yes.
And he came out and he confirmed my fear, which was, well, as you can see down here, I'll try to get you a bit of a peek, but we don't want to interrupt his work. But as you can see, we're all opened up. He confirmed our fear that, well, the tank was installed improperly, meaning not properly, from Grand Design. And we were talking a total tank replacement here along with new plumbing because we had some other issues. And you can see we've kind of just rigged this up here, but everything shifted.
Because it wasn't seated properly.
Yeah.
It was off-centered a little, and going down the road and the bouncing and the bouncing, it just kept turning, and
now,
that's that.
A couple of things we're going to talk about in this video is that, well, this is something that probably could be warranted when it's not worth the effort for us, because, well, I guess might as well talk about it now. In order for us to have this warranty work done, we have to get all this here. We'd have to have a tech that they agree with, get all the pictures and documentations that get sent to Grand Design. They take their sweet time, get into an approval, and then you schedule somewhere to go have done. All totaled, we were told the process just to get it approved would be under a month. And then from there, we're talking about going to a dealer or a tech of our choice to have it installed. And we were looking at 3 to 4 month wait time just on that. Now, here's what's funny and why if you're a full-time RVer, all these warranties mean jack and squat to you. Because as much as that would save us some money, and we're all about saving money, the problem is we don't have that kind of time to sit here and spend about 3 or 4 months on that. But we found a solution, which is, well, it's called throwing money at it. And Karri loves when I say this, but I haven't found a problem yet that if you throw enough money at it, you can't get it resolved. So we called Grand Design. They informed us, oh, if you want to go the warranty route, everything I just mentioned. So I said, hey, how about one thing better? How about you just ship me the black tank? And they said, sure. And I said, I want it overnighted. Well, that didn't quite go the way we wanted to. In fact, they shipped it freight through FedEx, which if you ever dealt with FedEx on the road, you'll be surprised how slow and incompetent they can be. So here we have, inside here, I'll open the back flip up for you. We have a brandy spanking new black tank from Grand Design in that box. Now, the funny part is Karri and I were recording our last video going to Galveston, Texas for a weekend because we've had it and we just needed a break from life. Not that RV life is that strenuous or that bad, but we just needed that break. We got a call that they were going to deliver this to us on Monday. Well, the thing that sucks about that is it was supposed to be here Thursday. Armando is coming here on Monday to get this tank installed. And I don't have time to be playing around with FedEx. So since we were in the Houston area, we picked this up ourselves. Surprisingly, that went pretty well. And Armando will be here in the morning to give Humphrey a colonoscopy, a whole new black tank and everything else. And the reason this is such an important thing to us is we had plans that we can't be waiting around or have leaking sewage coming from Humphrey. So we're going to let you know how that goes in this video, and then we're going to touch more on this whole warranty fiasco and why we think warranties for full-time RV life are just not worth the hassle or the headache, and maybe that will save you a little bit of stuff. I rambled through this whole thing, but I promise Karri's going to get her mind in here because she's got some things to say about Humphrey getting an enema. Right?
Yeah, great things about Humphrey, not so great things about Grand Design.
Oh yeah, we got some other warranty
sour.
issues that we need to talk about with them too, but we'll cover all that and more today's episode.
Why are you under Humphrey again?
Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of DIY with Bob. Now, on a serious note, we're going to cover everything that's been done, and besides just looking incredibly good and hanging out underneath our RV Humphrey here, we're going to show you what we've done. Now, the black tank's been replaced, and along with that, we found some other issues, but I decided I was going to clean this part up myself because I had cut the coroplast here, and after the RV tech was here, well, he said, hey, if you want to go ahead and do this, you probably save yourself some hassle. So I zip tied everything back up, and as you can see here, we'll see what we've got is, well, it's going to be kind of hard to see, but we have this incredibly sticky tape because apparently nothing likes to stick to coroplast, especially this stuff here, which is just it's like a felted coroplast. So there we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump out from under here, and we're going to cover what was done. And I got a couple of tips for you, so stick around. All right, so now as Karri gets the camera all situated, and hopefully you didn't get to see too much of this manliness here. A couple of things I want to point out. One, this tape, we're not sponsored by this tape, so don't worry, it's not going to turn into a sponsored video, and it's also not going to be a thing to say, hey, when you're not laying on this, you can lay on a new mattress. I ain't gonna do that to you, but it is RV Underbelly Mater Repair Patch. I'll put a link to the video description. The reviews on this, I really just looked up the first tape for coroplast on Amazon, and this one here was the best rated. It's kind of what I did, but it was like 22 bucks, and yeah, because have Karri show you over here. So what we had done originally was we had zip tied everything up and then covered the slits in it and over the zip ties with Gorilla duct tape because everybody recommended that. I didn't do so hot here in the Texas sun. For those of you wondering, today we are in Colorado River, Thousand Trails, and which was gracious enough to let us have this work done here by Armando with Best Choice RV Mobile Services. So if you are in the Colorado River, we highly recommend him doing the work. Now, this was a warranty issue because we have determined that the black tank was improperly installed by Grand Design at the time of the build, and I'm quite sure we could have gone through the warranty process, but talking with them, that was going to be a long, drawn-out, and lengthy process. It was easier for me just to have them overnight us a tank. Yes, that is a thing, and it was not cheap. All totaled, I'm into this for about a little over $2,200, but I can't afford the downtime. And as much as we love that hotel trip to Galveston, that stuff gets to be expensive. So while Armando was here and got the black tank situated, we had to call him back out because we found that one of the fittings that goes to the back of the toilet and the line that runs underneath here somewhere, well, that wasn't installed properly either, and he had to replace a new valve and everything else. So we are 100%, no more, no leaks, no nothing, and everything. But I do want to give Karri a couple of props here, because as I was trying to figure out, now this pad here in the RV park is gravel, not the greatest thing for repair work. But Karri did point out a thing here. I'm looking for cardboard to lay on, and Karri says, why don't you just use the mat? And I know this is something silly and something, you know, most people probably already thought of this, but I thought that was pretty ingenious. This nice decorative mat that we have here just simply slid right up the old poop chute of Humphrey and made a nice convenient place for me to lay without getting too dirty. A little bit windy today, but you get the point. Now I'm going to steal this camera from Karri, and we're just going to cover You know, basically, this is part of life being on the road. This is not one of those gimmicky, clickbaity titles, you know, where, oh no, you know, the poop thing broke and it was just a little leak. This was legitimately, we had a couple of issues. We had one that the actual fitting that comes off the tank was broken because they installed the tank improperly and allowed everything to shift. And so apparently it was worse than what we thought, for those of you who've been following the channel for a while. But it goes to show you that these long-term warranties that you get from these companies don't mean jack or squat when you're a full-timer, because the downtime is insane. We talked to a couple of dealers and they were telling us that once they were able to pull it in their shop and pull everything down, they were looking at like 3 or 4 months of downtime for a black tank. I will say this, Grand Design has been at times difficult to deal with on any kind of warranty claim. We'll cover it in another video. The bathroom door needs to be replaced, and there's something else that we're waiting on parts for, to the theater seating. But when you call their parts department and you want to pay cash, it's amazing how fast you can get things done. Really crazy. The warranty is where the issues come into play. And we hear this across the board, every manufacturer, and I think part of it's probably by design, no pun intended, because, well, the longer they can stall you, the longer you'll get frustrated and you'll do what we did and have Armando come out and take care of it. But yeah.
Oh no. That's
pretty much it. Carrie's gonna go chase down the mat because it's very windy today, but in a couple of more days, I just wanted to pop in and show you what was going on here. As you can see, this has been a beautiful, beautiful campground. I'm not quite sure if we're gonna get time to do an actual review from here. But it's just kind of one of those things where we just sit back and we got some stuff done. The past 3 weeks have been kind of crazy, but we did get everything done. And it's nice. Look at that. She's a trooper, man. In the wind, she don't care. She'll just start going to town and fixing everything.
Sorry.
But we do want to thank everybody. Again, as another milestone, this is crazy. We just found out that we hit the 9,500 mark here in Colorado River. Carrie, give everybody a big wave and a say thank you. And
thank you.
Yeah, we can't do any of this without the support of you guys and gals. We really do appreciate each and every single one of you, except for Steve. You know who you are. I kid, but you know who you are. Anyhow, that's it. We hope wherever you are that you are doing well and you're living your life the way you want to. And if not, well, Carrie and I both sincerely hope you get to redesign your life. Anything you want to say in this poop-filled spectacular known as RV life?
It's hot.
It is hot. We'll catch you
next time.
Bye.